Welcome to Long Story Short, episode 59, presented by Nearing Nirvana. And, we decided to get into the Halloween spirit and do what we say we never do and do a themed Halloween list. So,
Or at least since
um,
last Halloween. So
was that our last theme show?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. But I want to take this time real quick to thank our sponsors. So if you haven't signed up already, make sure you're signed up over at Cover Price. That's COVRPRICE.com. You can use the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And we want to thank our other sponsors who just recently got back from New York City Comic Con over at Bird City Comics. Did you all see the did y'all see the Tula Lote cover, or is it Carl Cohen?
Oh, the Carla Cohen, the Torchy one homage.
Torchy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that already, make sure you're signed up for their text line. I'm going to pull up an image of that as we're kind of chatting. But how's everyone's week going so far?
Good.
Man, it's been a grind this week. I'm happy to be here talking about comics, but I'm ready for this week to be over.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yes. Because earlier this week I was in the Discord and I saw that Bird City had dropped some New York City Comic Con books, and then everyone was like, I was waiting for the email alerts and blah blah blah. And then this is why I say sign up for the text line, because as soon as I got that text message, I clicked on it and I saw everything I could have bought at the time or whatever. There's a handful of things I was kind of like, do I spend my money or do I wait for the Spider-Man shoes to drop tomorrow that I'm planning on buying? That's what I've been saving up for.
Man, that's dirty.
What? That's dirty?
So this one's limited to 200, huh? Holy shit.
Yeah. So this drops tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern at birdcitycomics.com. So at $19.99, and more than likely a future Ghost book, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, 200. Those are the secure one day.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
Yeah. So I would be signed up. I would sign up for the text line. You can get the number, or you can sign up through the website. I think there's a little pop-up menu. So, yep. And then everyone's calling it. It's a Torchy 1 homage.
Yeah, you gotta love the deep cut homage if you're gonna do them.
Right.
Laura's a big fan of that book. We talked about. I think she was on the show when we talked about that book way back. It was probably before the summer, but she's a big fan. So.
Yep. I think she was on that episode, and then
I think she was. Yeah, she was shocked to see it. It kind of came out of nowhere.
All right.
Yeah, Brian, we've got a full house tonight, man. We've got a full house. No Red Hood though. Red Hood is. You can set your clock by Red Hood, and he must still be watching Loki or something. So.
Or the Astros. I don't know. But I know he's a Phillies fan, so he's probably not watching the Astros. But anyways, before I guess we go too deep down the rabbit hole, do you want to go ahead and do our giveaway from leaving a comment?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So anybody who commented on the show last week is going to in the winning for this awesome Josie and the Pussycats convention edition. Look these up on eBay. They go for.
Dang, I'm jelly.
They're asking a nice amount for them, so good luck.
All right, and then I believe it was Vaughn that won last week for participating in the live chat. So we will give away this book this week that's signed by Capullo. And all you have to do is, like you did for this, after the show ends, leave a comment on the rewind, and we will build a wheel and start off the show again with giving away this great foil book provided by Heineken Jones. So I want to give him a big shout out. He usually doesn't watch on the live show, but always catches on the rewind, so we appreciate it. Ooh, Joshua Davis, 8757.
Congrats. Hit me up on IG. We'll get it out to you. Thank you so much for watching.
Alrighty. And then
All right.
for our disclaimer, make sure you buy all these books on eBay, but shop at our stores first. And then,
Only.
yeah.
We're all part of the cabal.
Since these are Halloween books, you should probably rob kids like trick or treating of their comics that they got. Yeah.
Steal them from kids, whatever you got to do to get your hands on these damn things. All joking aside,
make sure you tackle a grandma as you're like digging in for a bin, right?
Yeah, this is just a bunch of cool horror and Halloween themed books. A lot of these aren't ghosts or anything, just cool books that we happen to like. There's a long list tonight, so we're going to move through it quickly, but yeah, have some fun with this.
We're going to be brisk. We're going to be brisk. So
let's do it.
Keep up. Pay attention.
All right. Wish Laura was on because this is right up her alley. Ghost Comics number 6. This is a Maurice Whitman cover, 1953, Fiction House Comics. No 9/8 on the census, as you'd probably expect. 70 total graded, but just a classic horror cover with your blonde in the red dress.
Yeah, that whole run has great covers.
Yeah, could have picked any of them, to be honest with
you. Yeah,
maybe.
Anybody got this one on the panel?
I wish.
This seems like it would be a what is it? A runner-up book for Stein to have.
Right.
Listen, Aaron, on tomorrow night it'll be on the show, as it often seems to be the case. So it'll be the runner-up tomorrow night. No collusion.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure to like message Stein right now and be like, yo, make sure this is like on the the honorable mention book.
The cabal is at it again.
Ooh,
Illuminati.
All right, this is a tough one. Humberto Ramos. This is a 1 in 25. Ex-Babies number 1. This book, it goes for a lot raw. I mean, people, you're lucky to find this for sort of under 150 raw asking price, but we saw a 9/8 sell back in 2021 for $139. Shockingly, only 16 of these on the census, 8 and 9.8. And this cover looks very similar to the cover A, where they aren't zombies, but this is the one to get if you can find it.
What year was this?
So Ex-Babies came out. Whew.
I can look.
When was that? Was that early 2000s when this thing hit?
That looks late 2000s.
Late 2000s?
Yeah. That's what it looks like to me.
Let's see.
Look, there's an answer to this question.
Wait, that's not right. Oh, show me their first appearance. Okay.
2003?
2003? Yeah, that feels about right.
I don't know. I just guessed.
I thought you were actually looking. You beat me to looking it up.
No.
Oh wait, no. That's Avengers versus Ex-Babies. That was 2012.
You're right, Carter. 2009.
Yeah,
09.
2009, 2010.
Yeah, but this one is tough to get hands on. So if you ever see the zombie version of this, by all means, pick it up.
When I first glanced at it, at the art, I was like, "Is this a Scotty Young cover?" And then I saw Ramos's name on it. I was like, "Okay."
But Young's first cut at the baby covers or whatever you want to call them was on this run. There is a Young variant. So now it's not his first one in the line of his baby covers, but the first time he drew a baby cover was on this one, and then he started doing them. I think it was She-Hulk was the first one that he ever did, and
nice.
They continue to kill it. I mean, he has a Transformers store exclusive that went crazy this week. So
Yeah. I always like buying his books still on FOC and then just tucking it into a box away for a few months, and then they all of a sudden become $10 books at the very least.
Almost like clockwork.
Where someone's like, "Oh, I missed that one. I need it for my collection." All right.
Yeah. All right. This is Dr. Mirage Second Lives #1, Colleen Coover, 1 in 100 variant. So this book is generally pretty tough to find. That said, there are a couple of copies on eBay right now for very respectable prices. So a 9.8 sold for $59 back in 2019. So a while since a 9.8 sold. 12 graded on the census, 9 and 9.8. But yeah, a valiant 1 in 100. Carter, you must have this.
No, I don't. I've actually had this on my, I don't want to say want list, but it's been on my lookout list, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if I do come across it for a decent price, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. But yeah, I don't think I've ever come across this out in the wild.
I've never seen this one.
Mm-mm.
Did DeCall do some covers for this title?
So he had a Dr. Mirage cover where you had to buy the first 5 issues in order to qualify for it.
Okay.
So you had to commit to the first 5 issues, and then you got a Jeff DeCall. And I don't think it was for this book, though.
Okay.
But
it was for this character?
It was definitely for Dr. Mirage, but it wasn't for the Second Lives
okay.
arc here.
Because I think that's a tough one to find, the DeCall?
That DeCall is tougher to find for sure. I don't think we've ever actually even featured it on the show. We'll cover it next week just so people know about it.
Okay.
But yeah, you had to buy issue. You had to upfront commit to issues 1 through 5,
nice.
and then you got the DeCall.
Sweet, because I have a couple of those tucked away somewhere. But anyways, yeah, I guess we'll keep it going because I know we have quite a bit of books tonight.
All right, a really, well, not really, but a tougher to find Darwin Cook cover here. So this is iZombie #1. This is a 1 in 10. The last 9.8 of this book sold for $100 back in September. 120 on the census, 62 and 9.8. And what's interesting about this book, it was $1 buy-in, but this is still, tougher to get hands on this one. People ask, more than a little bit for this book.
Oh, this is a blast from the past right here. This was the hot book of, I can't remember, but if anybody remembers the CW iZombie show, this book was damn near nuclear.
Yeah,
it's crazy, right? Thinking about it now.
Yeah, this was like an easy, I wouldn't say easy $100 book raw at one point.
I mean, you can find it for less, but there's still people asking that for this book.
Yeah, people still living in the past there.
I wasn't even aware of that. So this was adapted?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it was on what, Netflix, right?
No, it was on CW.
CW.
It was on CW? Okay. Yeah.
Just goes to show how those options all pan out, right? They're all $1 million books.
Every one of them.
Yeah, so it was 2015 when it came out, when the show came out. And yeah, around that time, this book was super duper hot.
It's a nice cover.
Oh yeah, it's badass. All right, let's keep the show rolling. All right, Aaron, this is all you, man.
Oh yeah, so it's Halloween time, so I always love watching the Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episodes. So this is Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror #1, Matt Groening cover A. The last sale of this was on a 9.8 was $500.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, pretty impressive that there's 42 9.8s on the census. out of 175 total graded. So every time I run into this book raw, I can never not pick it up. I think I have probably a problem picking up Simpsons comics too as well.
Listen, I mean, a 9.8 at $500 is no joke for this book. I mean, that's it's pretty damn respectable.
Yeah, and then the one thing I like to always tell people when you're shopping for Simpsons comics and stuff like that is check the back covers, because some of them are really cool, like where they're like homage covers or just something like completely more outrageous than the front cover. I don't think any of these Simpsons comics or the Treehouse of Horror comics have anything special on the back, but yeah.
Yeah, this is so badass. I think you've got another one, another trio.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror #7. This also is a Matt Groening cover. Last sale was $100. Last sale for a 9.8 was $100. There's 17 9.8s on the census and a total of 26 graded. But I mean, who doesn't remember this classic episode where Mr. Burns' head gets sewn onto Homer, like when he's trying to make Homer a robot or whatever.
Isn't there a movie? Okay, so there is a movie. This is referencing a movie from I think the 70s where old black racist and an old white racist and a black guy have to like share a body.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is based on a movie.
I gotta see it. Well, you know what the hell is it?
Dude, I gotta look it up, but it's definitely referencing a movie.
Okay.
That's an interesting list of writers on the left there.
Oh yeah, with Hamill, Ennis.
I mean Sakai.
Sakai,
yeah. I mean
the thing with two heads from 1972.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna on the list for the weekend.
Well, and then The Simpsons is always a classic on doing that, right? Making parodies of different like movies and TV shows or references like throughout, like no matter how old or new it is, like they'll make fun of it. But yeah.
I'm watching the trailer on IMDb right now.
So, yeah, if you want a good laugh, check out that trailer. So, all right, we'll keep it going.
All right, Carter, this one's all you, brother.
I really don't know too much about it. It's just hack slash Halloween cover. I just looked at it because it had a jack-o'-lantern on it. I just figured, it's for the spirit.
Cool Tim Seeley cover. Can't go wrong.
Yeah,
cannot go wrong with Cassie Hack.
Yeah, it's a pretty clean looking cover there.
We got some more hack slash. So we keep going. This is number 15. This is Joe Jusko. This cover's beyond badass, to be honest with you. But more hack slash. If Jen would ever hop on the show, she could really go deep for us. But she keeps blowing us off. Jen, open invite.
Well, yeah, I mean, but she works at a comic shop too, so like, I could see like it could be a bit tiring, right?
Yeah, I've got to go back to work after getting home from work. So
yeah, exactly. And then who doesn't love Reanimator? I definitely need to watch that this season. I haven't rewatched that yet. So.
They need to do more painted covers, man. Those are beautiful.
And Jusko probably goes underappreciated, which is not to say that he's unknown by any means, but just some bangers, man. I mean,
I think they went a little overboard with the when they relaunched his some of his trading card covers.
Oh yeah,
and they tried to make it look like it was painted and stuff like that, but then it looks like it's super fake and cheesy, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Or incomplete. I don't know.
That's fair, yeah.
It's interesting. This book and that Halloween book, they don't go for anything.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, this is back when they were on Devil's Due, both of them.
Yeah,
and those were not high print runs by any means.
So if this were, say, a 1 in 25 variant, maybe even a 1 in 10 variant, this would probably be like a $500 book.
Today? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, because it went, or because not enough people were ordering it.
Yeah, that and the cover.
Yeah.
All right. This is badass. Hack / number 32. This was the last issue in the run, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was the last issue in the run. A Francavilla cover B. So not heavily ordered, but I love this. This is cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
I really like Francavilla, but I feel like he's like one of those guys where you either love his covers or you think they're horrible. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I went to this Halloween party a few years ago. I don't remember how it ended.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Must have been a good party.
All right. This we talked about the original version of this last year on the Halloween show. This is Vampirella Dead Flowers #1. This is a Ben Caldwell store exclusive. But the book last year was similar. She was trick or treating. Similar lighting and setup. That was an open order. There was a virgin ratio as well. But this one's limited to 500 and not really a homage, but just sort of a callback to that book that a lot of people loved last year. But yeah, I think that I love Caldwell. I think he's criminally underappreciated. And
So is this new?
Yeah, this is brand new. This is just I forget who. It doesn't matter who is responsible for it, but it was an exclusive. Which I was surprised at the time, but somebody decided to do a play on the original one.
This cover looks juicy.
It's those thighs, right?
Yeah.
That's the only word that comes to mind.
Listen, I think that's sort of perfect. It sums it up.
Mm-hmm.
Juicy fruit. All right. All right. Spawn #88, a McFarlane Capullo cover. They both worked on it. Just classic Spawn with some cool jack-o'-lanterns, owls, and cats, and very Halloweeny, for lack of a better term. I always love this one.
I'm surprised Sylvester got a cover.
Yeah, the print run on Spawn starts to drop around here. These aren't by any means the low prints from Spawn, but these start to get thinner, right? People have sort of given up on the whole image craze at this point, and people ask, I found one of these for $5 the earlier in the year, probably a couple months ago, but these go for a respectable amount, so definitely worth grabbing if you see them out there.
Whenever I see any Spawn book on a list, I slam myself in the head that somebody locally was selling a full run of Spawn. It wasn't full. It was minus maybe like 20 issues, but it was like $700 maybe. Yeah. So I don't know. I just pass. I'm just stupid. So every time I see a Spawn book, I'm like, yeah, I could have had that one. Yep. Could have had that one.
You could have met a Josh a long time ago. Then is what it sounds like.
Right. Yeah, I like that.
Damn. I was wondering what the newsstand would look like if it would cover like that jack-o'-lantern on the right, but somehow, some way, the barcode doesn't do that.
Really?
Oh, is it all on the right though, or did they put it on the left?
It's on the right,
but doesn't kill the pumpkin. It's cool.
But the Image newsstands barcodes, aren't they a little bit smaller than
Yeah.
than like a Marvel one or DC one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there an extra premium for Spawn newsstands? I don't hear much.
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
big time. Yeah.
Like what?
People
So
want. Okay, so
we could like Spawn one, for instance, like a raw one, we could say a direct sells for normally what, $20 to $30.
Yeah.
And you can assume that a raw in the same condition would probably sell for at least 100.
Yeah.
Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, like a 9, for a 9.8 is, 9.8 spawns go for probably now just under 200, but I think the 9.8 newsstands go for 5 or 6, and like the 9.6s go for 2 or 3, where 9.8s usually go for like $50. So there's a nice premium on Spawn newsstands, no question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to think, especially into these lower print areas.
Yeah, I forget what the last newsstand on Spawn was. I saw it the other day. I want to say it's a book in the 120s, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but I want something around that.
Man, I have a jack-o'-lantern and black cat tattoo, and I kind of wish I got one kind of like this one instead of the one I ended up with. I mean, don't get me wrong, the tattoo artist is really good, and then throughout the years, the line work stuck. Like the lines didn't burst and stuff like that. So, but anyways, moving on.
All right, Carter, this is all yours, man.
Okay. So we have got Friday the 13th, number 1. This is from Wildstorm, and this is the 1 in 10 variant. It's weird because I'm still trying to figure out if that's like an action figure or if it's like, is it an action figure? Is the cover like hand drawn? I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but if anybody remembers, about a year ago, this was in my 10th anniversary haul, and ever since then, I've noticed this is like maybe, I want to say like a $40 to $50 book. I don't know. It should be more just because it's a variant, but I figured I'd throw it on the list.
40 seems like a pretty good buy for this. I mean, $190 and 9.8. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It looks painted. I don't know. Maybe not.
It's like that Frank show cover recently. It's a picture of a mask, and then the rest of it's painted.
Yeah, the mask is what throws it off. The mask, if you look below, that's drawn, below the mask. But what is the mask? Is it a photograph? Is it painted? What the hell's going on with the mask?
Yeah.
Or maybe he did such a good job that it looks so realistic or whatever.
Is there a first Jason out there somewhere, or is this it? Or you don't hear about the first horror characters all that much.
Well, there was that Tops. What was that Jason series?
Oh yeah.
Came up before. I think was it a Tops series?
Yeah,
and it came with a card. I want to say.
Yeah, Tops had a few of those movies, didn't they?
You, Carter?
Okay. And Friday the 13th, Wildstorm number 4 is the same series. This is the Ryan Sook. This is a great cover. And I think this is maybe like a $20 book.
It's a badass cover.
Mm-hmm. To me, this is probably the standout of the series. And there are some good covers in this, but I think this is the standout.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why I used it in the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I like this cover.
Yeah,
very good. But this is the book you can find digging for, cover or less. There'll be shops that won't have a clue on this one. So on the hunt.
Yeah, or buy it off season.
Yeah, that also works.
Yeah. But sometimes, people rotate their books seasonally. Sometimes.
Yeah, the smart sellers, but some of these will just sit out there.
Exactly.
All right. This cover is fucking badass. And it's really tough to find. Halloween: The Death of Laurie Strode, #2. This is a Scott Keating cover D. 198 on the census, 11 total graded, and this thing is super creepy, and people ask a lot for this book.
It's a great cover.
Really good.
I like the Mike Myers in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good. And yeah, if you ever find this one digging, just grab it. Don't think twice.
Clowns with knives.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah.
Lot going for this one. So painted, maybe. What's
the
that?
lighting.
Who's the publisher on that? Didn't even say.
Oh, these were published by. Hold on.
Well, I was gonna say the lighting is really good on this, like the glow from the jack-o'-lanterns onto the killer clown, I guess, and then the porch light is like just like completely different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there a series coming out for this? I feel like all the big horror IPs are getting a streaming series. Friday the 13th and all that.
It was Devil's Due who did this one.
Oh, okay.
Does it say what year it came out?
This was 2008.
2008. Nice. And then I think people are telling us which was the first appearance of Jason in comics, which is apparently Satan 6 #4.
Nice.
I guess let me know in the chat if I'm misinterpreting that, because I saw multiple people talk about it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
All right, Last Resort #4. This is a Darwin Cook cover, 1 in 10. This one's got Gwenpool vibes all over it. Yeah, Cook did the covers for all of these. There are Virgin 1 in 10s for all of these Last Resorts. They're all fun as hell. Yeah, a Cook that I don't see talked about very often.
Is that Bud a cup holder?
Yeah.
That butt is a cup holder.
Nice.
That's
I guess it's redefining a flotation device or something.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. The butt's the one and her head's the other one, or his head, or whatever.
Yeah, these are tough. These are tough books. These 1 in 10s from the series.
Oh man, I'm completely wrong. Like, I was telling Ben backstage, I was like, oh man, I was looking through the list, like, I was like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna, actually have a lot of these books, because a lot of the ones we're covering are cover A's, they're not super high ratios or anything like that. And then I guess I'm wrong. The people watching the show, do you even collect comics? No, I'm just joking.
Do you even like comics? What's wrong with you?
I got zero so far.
I think I have like 1 or 2, but it might have just been the books I submitted. So.
Yeah.
Chat 1, Vaughn 0. I love it. Hey Tony, I think this one was yours, man.
I don't think it was, but I'll talk about it.
Okay.
I think it was Rob.
Oh, it was Rob. Okay.
Scooby Apocalypse. I know I'm always chasing that Merca and Dolfo, that last issue one, but this is cool. Who is this? Ben Oliver?
Yeah.
Yeah, these Scooby Apocalypse books, I mean, for being one of the big two, they don't seem very common at all.
No. I mean, this series had a really low print run, shortly after it launched, and it carried on for 36 issues, if I'm not mistaken. But the cover Bs are all really tough on these.
Right.
All really tough.
Yeah, I mean, if you were a store owner, how many of these would you purchase a week? Honestly, maybe.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Whoever subs it.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1 on the shelf.
I mean, best case, you're buying 1 or 2 on the shelf, maybe 1 of the cover Bs, maybe. Was this the point too where DC was charging more for the? Probably not yet on these. These are probably the same price as the cover A's, but yeah, I mean, if you ever see a Scooby Apocalypse cover B, for like in the dollar bins, just grab them. I mean, they're all pretty damn cool.
Oddly enough, there are plenty of $10 copies available on eBay right now.
And it's gone. No, sure.
Yeah, I mean Oliver. I mean he's amazing, and yeah, it only takes a little while for a book like this to catch fire, and then they're gone, right? I mean, but $10.
Oh, Adam, this is a Scooby Apocalypse number 23, the Ben Oliver cover B cover.
You got a Frankenstein, you got a werewolf, you got a zombie, you got a vampire, and what is he supposed to be in the back?
A gremlin.
Or
Troll.
Yeah, I was thinking troll.
Yeah. All right, what do we have next? Sabrina the Teenage Witch, number 29. You can pick any Sabrina books. I don't know. This is a Halloween themed one. This is Goldberg. This is a cover A, and I don't know. We all love Archie's, so.
I was reading to see if it was a innuendo cover.
No, this one's not particularly innuendo-ish, if that's such a word. But yeah, just a Sabrina Halloween cover. Dressed up as a.
Wait, does Sabrina have innuendo covers just like Archie
I was
books?
gonna say I don't really ever remember seeing any. Like,
she doesn't have. I'm trying to think innuendos, not in terms of like text, but there are some definitely suggestive covers that sell all right. More like just like beach covers and that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's more than a handful of covers. I mean, Sabrina 50. Sabrina 48. Is that the one where she's on the beach? I forget. But there's a number of definitely several Sabrina covers that command decent prices.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just kind of curious if they did the same thing that Archie did with.
There's one that's controversial where she's waking up and she's like in a negligee or something. It might be issue 1 or 3, or I don't know. It's early on in the original run. That's also commands a fairly respectable price.
Does anyone on the panel collect Sabrina comics, or?
I mean, I grab them like with the Archie stuff, not specifically Sabrina, but like when I'm digging through the Archies and I see cool ones, I'll grab them. But
yeah, I have a few, but I don't like seek them out.
No.
All right, Archie Halloween Spectacular 2023. This is a Josh Burns cover. I don't know, something about it that I liked. Just came out this year. There's a couple of versions of this one, but this is the only one with anything in the background. The jack-o'-lanterns there. What is this homaging though? I couldn't place it. This is a reference to something. I don't know what the hell it is. I can't think of it. It's like a Marilyn Monroe. I don't know. Yeah, nothing spectacular, but just something fun about this one that I like. Josh Burns.
I was trying to think if there's any specific.
It's homaging something. I swear, I just can't think of it. If anybody in the chat knows, shout at us.
You're gonna like remember in the middle of the night and like send us messages like, I remember what it was. And then we'll announce it next week, probably forget.
All right.
Oh man, I was gonna highlight a comment, and I'm kind of glad I did it. But comic book countdown, that was funny.
Yeah, I saw that comment. Like All right, Carter. I think this one's yours, man.
Yeah. Van Helsing versus Frankenstein. This is a Zenoscope book, so this is from the Smut Peddlers at Zenoscope. This is a cover C. So I the only reason why I put it on the list is because it had the Bride of Frankenstein reference, and I know this book is. I think this book is pretty cheap. This is like close to cover price.
I like that cover.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah, you can find gold digging through the Zenoscope stuff. I mean, most stores don't have anything there, but when you find them, the ones that do, yeah, you can find some fun stuff. This is cool. I like it.
And I would say this is pretty tame for Zenoscope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like...
You see half of the breasts.
But it's still fun.
Yeah. Ooh, welcome to the board, Kenny, the comic collector.
Hey, Mike psyched. I did like that Dan Parent too. I wasn't able to track one down, but I thought it was pretty well done. Agreed. All right. This was sent in by our friend E-Man Tony Smokes on Instagram. Thanks, brother. We appreciate the support. This is Billy number 22 and Henrik Rare. I don't know how you pronounce that. Rare cover. It's of Scandinavian origin, and the publisher is Egmont Kids Publishing, which I believe they're based in the UK. But everybody loves a witch on a broom cover. So
you say Kids Publishing?
Yeah, I was about to say Yowza.
Listen, that was the publisher, man. I don't know.
I mean, it is Europe, so I guess that they're a little bit more open about that kind of stuff, right?
Jeez.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those Norwegians.
I still don't know why this is a kid publishing book.
I thought the guts would be like tits and asses.
See, you turn the page and you think it's gonna be that, and then there's just like a guy going Yowza.
All right, let's keep it moving before we get canceled.
All right.
This is another submission by Tony. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. 5 more minutes. Number 1. Brian Fowler did the cover on this. This is like a super indie, self-published. When I was talking with Tony, he thought, but kind of a creepy cover here, and a book I'd never seen or heard about, but happy to share it with all you guys.
Definitely creepy.
I mean, I know how people get creeped out by clowns and stuff like that, but like the face behind the clown is definitely more creepier than the clown face.
Yeah, it's like some Krampus action.
Yeah. I'm never gonna say 5 more minutes now, though. So...
All right.
I mean, every parent who's had a kid has said that, like, a gazillion times.
Yeah.
All right. Marvel Zombies Dead Days number 1. So this is fun. I mean, we obviously know that there's a gazillion Marvel Zombies covers by Arthur Sudum. Homage to everything. This one, and if you go to the next one, this is a gatefold cover from homaging Jim Lee's X-Men number 1. I just snagged one of these from my local LCS, the Holocomics. So shout out Jake and John. Thank you, fellas. But this seems to be the next book where we're seeing homages start to pick up, right? Everybody does them over and over again, but this is definitely an earlier one for this one. And I just thought it was pretty cool. I know there's controversy around Sidem and all of his antics and everything, but I thought this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't care about his controversy because all these covers he did are amazing in all those runs. So,
but this just feels to be the next series of homages that are going to take over, and this is definitely an early one for this. I don't know what the first one was, but this is early for sure.
I'd like to see a Djurjevic homage to this, just because he's done connecting covers before, and just to see his twist on it.
So is this a gatefold?
Yeah, it'd probably be a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a gatefold. Yeah, hold on, I've got it right here. This is all on one issue, so let me see if I can open this up.
Yeah, and I actually have one of these as well somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the cover, and then the whole thing just kind of opens up in one giant. I'm going to screw up this book doing this, but I'll do it for you guys. I can't. I'm going to rip it if I try to do it, but giant gatefold all on one issue. So
Nice.
But yeah,
I feel like this is definitely like one of those underpriced books a lot of times, because I'll find it in back issue bins for like cover price or like $5.
yeah, no, it's badass. I think there were so many of these done that they just kind of all blurred together at one point, which happens to be the case with all of any good thing, they kill it. But yeah, I don't know. This one just seems to fly under the radar a little bit.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people in the chat are asking. They're surprised to hear that the Hall of Comics is actually a brick and mortar. So.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't do many exclusive. They do. I don't think they've done any in a couple of years, but yeah, no, they. It's a brick and mortar store right near me. I've been going there for years. Really good guys, super smart comic guys. I mean, Manoli, John, Jake. I mean, these guys have been around the game for a long time, but they run.
Do they still do the live sales?
Yeah, they do live sales. They're fun. On Monday nights on YouTube, they just do live sales. It's like a Claim It Now auction, and even if you're not going to buy anything, it's just it's entertaining.
Fun.
So worth checking out.
That was kind of the original point of doing retailer exclusives, was to boost up the brick and mortars, and now there's very few brick and mortars that actually do them.
Well, they're still there. I was just there today. Talking to Chris, one of the guys who works there. It's a cool shop. If you ever find yourself in Massachusetts, come check them out. Good guys, very, very, very well organized store.
Yeah, they definitely got on my radar when they did that Hulk 181 homage.
Yeah, it was for Hulk #1 with Gray She-Hulk, right? Yeah, but that book that hit hard. That one. Yeah. That's still tough to get. I mean, they did so many damages. Like, they've put out the exact number they sold. It's like really odd lot, and it's like there's like 512 of the cover C and 608. I'm making up the numbers, but that book popped, and it's still sought after by a lot of collectors. It was McGinnis did the cover on that one, I think.
I think that sounds right. Yeah, I think I have all three of them in a 9.8. Except for the B cover, which was the white background and then with Deadpool in red. Yeah. Anyways,
they're good guys. I just threw this book on here because people love this cover. I'm one of those people, and then this storyline is being revisited, which I'm actually really eager to read, but yeah, just a classic Uncanny X-Men cover.
All the covers were so great. Like, all the homage covers they did for these.
We could have done the whole show just with these. I mean, there's
because this is also a Jim Lee homage, isn't it? Or
no, this one's this is all X-Men 268. No, 2. I don't remember. I'm too tired.
248.
But yeah, this is basically Captain America, Wolverine, and Black Widow, having known each other during World War II. Anyways, that storyline is being revisited in Marvel Comics. I'm kind of eager to read that one. Hopefully, they don't screw it up, but who knows?
What, Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness, or just Marvel?
No, not the Marvel Zombies. The original Uncanny X-Men storyline with them during World War II. They're continuing that story in new books coming out. I think it's next year.
Okay. Oh, people are asking what's the controversy. Are you okay? So the controversy with Arthur Sudam is that he took someone's for one of his covers. He did a homage to The Killing Joke, and it was an IG cosplayer that had the photo, and then he literally just like traced it in Photoshop, and then turned it into like a zombie picture or whatever, or he did a digital copy version of that, and so it kind of highlighted that he was that's what he was doing for his work.
On top of the fact that he sent McClay a postage stamp sketch
like a year and a half or something like that.
Yet, so.
Yeah, I don't know, 2 years. It was a long time that he waited for something that he paid a pretty penny for, and did not meet expectations.
I met him this summer at a show, and I just got to say, I mean, all controversy aside, he couldn't have been nicer. We probably spent a half hour talking. Perfectly nice.
Yeah, well, I've never had any issues when dealing with him. So, he's pretty cool.
Anyways, we can move on from that. But all right,
what's up, Lucy?
Who threw this one in the mix? Lucy. It's one of you guys, right? Anybody who wants to talk about this one? Anybody? Carter, was this you?
No.
Carter?
I think this might have been Rob also.
Rob, he's killing me. He always does this to me. All right. Avengers Halloween Special #1. Gerardo Zaffino cover B. This is just kind of a gnarly, cool Marvel horror cover. Cap there being experimented on. Is he the Thing? Is he the Hulk? Just an awesome cover B.
Mm-hmm.
So like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
But it was
just
super
gritty and
But it doesn't look like your typical Marvel cover either.
Not at all. Yeah.
Like I could see it being an indie cover, like if you just took out Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
But I know how much of a giant fan Rob is of Captain America books. So
the biggest Captain America collector, man. I mean, he's an expert.
And so so you got to have one for every season, right? All right. I think we're on Josh books now. Oh
no, not yet. No, this is Carter. This is all Carter.
Yeah, this is just something like, considering the other books, this one is kind of dumb, but it's on the list anyway. But official handbook of the Marvel Universe, horror 2005. And this is the last appearance of the blonde Elsa Bloodstone.
Now this came after Carter. What was that? That Iron Man story where she pops up out of nowhere.
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. This is definitely after that.
You know what? So this is her the blonde last appearance before a Marvel assistant size.
Okay.
And then I guess and then 2008 you had Iron Man Viva Las Vegas.
Okay, so that came out with her blonde again.
Yeah.
Marvel not knowing what they're doing.
Right.
This book is not easy to find. I mean, I look for this thing digging all the time and never find it. And it goes for a little bit.
And then Lucy says she has this, so congrats, Lucy. Now you can brag to So now you can brag to all the comic book women. Hey, I ended up with a long story short book that they talked about on our list. So which is it's not usually an easy feat to do that.
Rub it in.
Yeah. So you gotta have that clout of bragging. Be like.
Well, Lucy's the horror queen, so of course she's got
That's true. And onto the foreign section.
Oh, this is badass.
I had to censor it as best as possible, but go
Yeah.
for it, Josh.
Yeah. So he sends this picture in the group chat, and he's like, "I had to censor this for YouTube," and he just put the little dots over the nipples, and I'm like, if that's all you had to censor out of this whole cover, like that, I'm amazed, because you should probably just cut it in half. But this is the Danish Werewolf by Night 14. This is actually the back cover of the book. And some of the back covers on these had these amazing paintings on them. So it's kind of crazy, because obviously that is not the back cover of Werewolf by Night 14 in the US. And it's some dude that chopped up a lady and is throwing her parts in a fire.
And we love it from the back here on Long Story Short. The back covers, they are the best.
Yeah,
this is amazing,
right? Imagine that, like, coming out over here, like on the back of a Marvel comic. It would have been like,
it would have to be in a poly bag.
Start burning books again.
But yeah, I know YouTube's rule is like no nipples and stuff like that. So I was like, kind of like, all right, so if that's the rule, like I'll censor
no
it.
nipples, dismembered legs.
You can burn dismembered legs, severed heads, but nipples, we got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
And this was also a split series with Ghost Rider, which is why you have the Ghost Rider up there in the corner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, so this is actually a pulp, but it's a dope pulp. So this is Suplemento Policial M Revista 12 from Brazil, 1954. In the US, this was Detective Fiction Weekly, Volume 3, number 115 from 1937. So it's old, but it's just a dope. That's just a dope skull cover, and I know skull covers are usually all the rage. So,
I mean, skull covers coupled with puppet masters on electrical wires,
right?
That's the trifecta of just.
And I'm like, I know we've talked about this on here before, so, but it's.
Have we talked about this before?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this has been on.
We
here
did it. We did it at
other
some
time.
point.
Yeah.
I don't remember when. If it was Halloween or way before. I don't know. Once upon a time, but who cares? It's so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
so
and then all this time, like no one's picked up this book, so you know we give them another chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Good luck. I think I've seen two or three of these. I own one of them, and it was not cheap. So
it doesn't look cheap, man. Like in any condition, this book does not look cheap.
It was worth it. Now I just got to find the US one. That would be awesome.
Have they started grading pulps yet?
No, but they did talk about it, because I think they showed off slabs at New York Comic Con.
Announcement somewhere.
Yeah.
That was announced a while ago, grading pulps.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like a big old rumor, and then they finally announced it, and I think they had the prototype slab at New York Comic Con.
I mean, pulps are tricky, right? They come in different sizes, different thicknesses.
Yeah. I mean, you can get a pulp that's, tiny, and then there's ones that are, they're literally all shapes and sizes.
All right.
So this is Otero Negro number 24 from Brazil, 1953. This is a Jaime Cortez cover. If you've ever watched the show, I've shown tons of Jaime Cortez covers on here. This dude was like the master of every kind of genre of comic books that you could imagine. This guy was pumping out so many covers, like it was crazy for them to be, I think, as good as they are. Like,
yeah, especially
crazy.
the time period that it's coming out.
He was way ahead of his time.
And it was great because they kept, like, you know, the pulp, like, these are all painted, like, you know, he wasn't just sitting there like sketching and like coloring in some stuff. The dude was sitting there like oil painting this stuff out. Like, it's wild. And I mean, he did everything from horror to westerns to funny books to romance. Like, I mean, he did all of it. Sci-fi. So.
Yeah. When you showed me some of Jaime Cortez's like original art, I was just impressed to see like the unveiling, like, because it's like, I mean, it is a full-size oil painting, but it's also like framed like fine arts pieces of artwork and stuff like that. So
yeah, that guy that owns those pieces, I mean, Jaime Cortez is like the best that you ever got in Brazil. Like, he was the cream of the crop. So
who would have been the cream of the crop in, you know, any country, honestly, in the 50s. I mean,
yeah, he's up. I mean, for me, he's up there with Frazetta. So take that for what it is, but he's up there. He's up there with all those guys from that era.
Yeah, because especially with like the internet, it's a lot faster for someone to, you know, become a superstar overnight. But like in this early time period, you know, it takes years, you know, for people to like dig into the history of different countries' art and stuff like that. So that's what I always found impressive about his work.
Need more. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Need more. So if you need more, make sure to tune in next week. So, but I think Josh, are you going to be on tomorrow night for Witching Hour on Lucy?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, because I think I'm gonna try to plan to be on. I don't know. I always try to take a nap before the hot 10, and I'm always late. So sorry about that, Lucy. But anyways, so make sure to tune in tomorrow night, and I think the time it starts at is 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
6 p.m. Pacific, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But you should be liking and subscribe to the channel anyways, so you don't miss the notification of when we go live. And then on Saturday is Saturday Morning Toy Box. Monday is Cover Lovers. Tuesday is the show that started it all with Comic Book Women. Wednesday is movies and shows with Team Nerd Herd. And then you're back here with us on Thursdays to get more. So, but yeah. But I, Lucy, I will try to send a slide of what you asked for in the chat. So, and once again, we want to thank our sponsors over at Cover Price. So make sure you're using the code Nerdvana14 to get for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And then make sure after the show ends to drop a comment to get a chance to win this foil book. I always forget the title, but I know it's signed by Capullo, and it's supposed to be like a continuation of Detective Comics 27 from the New 52 run. Or that was the rumor. Yeah, so foil edition of that, signed. And
Shiny
thank
stuff.
you. Yeah, so thank you so much to Heineken Jones. And then Vaughn, I am mailing out your book. I just sent you tracking, so I've been slacking on that. I was on call last week, so sorry about that. And I'm still slammed at work as usual. But does anyone have any other shows or anything that you'd like to promote coming up this week or next weekend?
Oh, I guess I could say starting next Wednesday, I'm doing it's so funny. It sounds like I'm doing a show. I'm going to do a week straight of shows on Whatnot. and then
Ooh,
I'm done
nice.
forever again. But I just wanted to do it for like the Halloween season because I love Halloween. So
Sweet.
All right, I'll be tuning in. I will tune in. I'm not buying anything from you, Josh. I've sent you enough money. I'm tuning in.
yeah, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Nice.
We beat Vaughn tonight because he wasn't on the show. But listen, we'll take whatever victories we can get. So.
I had for tonight. I had 3 books on the list.
I had
think
3, the ones I picked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had 3. I had the 2 Simpsons ones, and then I had the Gatefold Marvel Zombies versus I'm trying to think if I had anything else. I don't think I had anything else.
Oh, I guess I had 4 because I do have that Marvel Zombies. So
Yep. So actually, I might have the Spawn as well, but I had to check my Spawn box, but I don't think so. Anyways, we spend enough time just like yapping about whatever. So, but I mean, I could load the deck for next week and just pick 20 books of my books. So. But anyways, y'all take it easy, and then we'll catch you next time. So
Peace.
have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.